This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
For WRCE 107.7 FM News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. Many in Richland County voiced their choices in the recent general election November 5th. The county had a 94% voter turnout. 4 of the 22 municipalities had a 100% voter turnout. The least voter turnout was one municipality, hitting 70%. The Donald Trump J.D. Vance ticket carried the county with all but 4 of the municipalities, 45,207 to 3,982 win. 135 votes for the presidential ticket were scattered among 8 other parties. The Republican Party also carried its candidates in the various races throughout the county. For the U.S. Senate, Eric Hovde received 4,910 votes to Senator Tammy Baldwin's 4,112. In the congressional race, Derek Van Orden received 4,868 votes to Rebecca Cook's 4,180. In the state Senate race, Joan Ballweg received 5,016 votes to Sarah Kieski's 4,021, and in the Assembly race, Tony Kurtz defeated Julia Henley 5,560 to 3,467. As temperatures begin to drop, keep an eye and ear out for signs of a natural gas leak. Those signs could include the smell of rotten eggs, a hissing sound near appliances, or visual cues like blowing dirt, bubbling water, or discolored vegetation. You should also keep exterior vents clear of snow and debris to avoid gas buildup in the home. If you smell gas or notice any of these signs, move to a safe location and call 911. Wisconsin's Move Over law requires drivers to provide a safety zone for law enforcement. Emergency responders and maintenance vehicles stopped alongside the road with their emergency lights on. DOT says you can also avoid secondary crashes by being an attentive driver. A Wisconsin-based group is reuniting military members with their families. Many of you may be surprised to learn most service members have to buy their own tickets home. And for the holidays, reunions, weddings, or just a visit, it can be expensive. A ticket home can range from $800 to more than $2,000 for any military member. Jackson created the Ben Jackson Foundation. His son died due to an accident on his military base in Japan. He'd been home to visit his family in southern Wisconsin just before the accident, and it's when his dad learned the importance of a visit home. The foundation is fairly new, but has awarded hundreds of tickets, helping service members create cherished moments with family and friends. The impact of these tickets home is profound. Jackson shares stories of a Marine from Janesville who was able to visit his dying grandfather, and a young airwoman who reunited with her children after 4 years apart. Jackson hopes to continue the foundation's growth, knowing every dollar raised means one more military family reunion. Every ticket awarded is backed by grassroots donations. It's a testament to the widespread community belief in this effort. Learn more at benjacksonfoundation.org, and please thank the veterans you see today and every day for their service. The Richland County Veteran Service Office in Wisconsin will be hosting a suicide prevention training opportunity Wednesday, November 20th at 2:30 in the Richland County Boardroom at the courthouse. This training is not veteran-specific, but will be taught by representatives of the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs. The new program is called Question, Persuade, Refer, or QPR. This training is open to the public, and participants will receive a certificate of completion. To find out more about the QPR Institute, visit qprinstitute.com. The Wisconsin Supreme Court hears an abortion case today. Abortion access in Wisconsin was blocked for more than a year following the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that overturned Roe v. Wade. Last September, in a case brought by Wisconsin's Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul challenging the state's 1849 law, which had been interpreted as a ban, a Dane County judge ruled the law did not broadly apply to abortion. Sheboygan County District Attorney Joel Ermansky, a Republican, asked the state Supreme Court in February to overturn the ruling. Black students at UW-Madison are among many nationwide to receive racist text messages. The texts can vary. Some use the N-word, but all make references to slave catchers and picking cotton. The senders also address the recipients by name. UW-Madison police say state and federal agencies, including the FBI and the FCC, are investigating, and that any students receiving such a text message can fill out a harassment, discrimination, and bias report. It's not just Black adults getting such texts. Children are targeted as well, including a 12-year-old girl in Milwaukee, prompting her family to wonder how the senders got her name and information. Attorney General Josh Kaul says anyone who received a racist text should contact law enforcement. A record number of school referendums passed last week. A report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum shows $3.4 billion in school tax increases were approved by voters last Tuesday. The largest among them were a pair of measures in Madison that increased spending by $600 million over the next 21 years. That will go towards operating expenses as well as renovations at elementary and middle schools. Other major increases were approved in Kaukauna, Green Bay, and Janesville. The Riverdale One-Act Play has advanced to the State Theater Festival. On Saturday, the cast and crew of the Riverdale One-Act Play, When Bad Things Happen to Good Actors, earned the right to advance to the state competition to be held in 2 weeks at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee campus. The performance time has not yet been announced. Vernon County, in partnership with UW-Madison Extension, has launched a housing study aimed at addressing the current and future housing needs of Vernon County. A crucial first step is the release of a housing survey, which is underway. This study will play a vital role in shaping future plans for Vernon County to help understand the barriers to housing development and identify the needs and preferences of residents. The data collected will not only guide future housing decisions, but also provide valuable insights for developers and municipalities to create a more responsive and effective housing strategy. By participating in the survey, residents will have the opportunity to share their experiences, concerns, and suggestions regarding housing in Vernon County. This inclusive approach ensures the voices of all community members are heard and considered throughout this process. Community input is invaluable, and all community members are encouraged to not only participate, but to share the survey with neighbors, friends, and family to help ensure that all community members' needs are represented. The survey will run from now through December 8th, and the survey can be found online. Complete the survey online at your convenience. Estimated time to complete the survey is 10 minutes. Paper copies will be available by November 15th at local libraries and municipal clerks' offices in Vernon County, as well as the UW-Madison Extension office in Viroqua. For WRCE News, I'm Joanne Krulotz.
Jaylen Brown calls Giannis a child. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Bucks lost to the Boston Celtics 113-107. In the second quarter, Giannis Antetokounmpo went over to the Celtics' Jaylen Brown, extending his hand for a handshake, then pulled it away to run his fingers through his hair. After the game, Brown was asked in the Celtics locker room about the fake handshake.
Giannis is a child. I'm just focused on helping my team get a win.
Giannis says he was just having some fun.
It's a joke. We're playing basketball. It's something that I do to my kids. Play around, sometimes I'm like, give me a high five. Hope you're too slow. I just did it. It was fun. He took offense to it. Why do you say that?
He was asked about it after the game, and he said, Giannis is a child.
If I'm called a child, so be it.
The Bucks are now 2-8. They host the Toronto Raptors tomorrow night. College hoops, the Wisconsin Badgers rolled over Appalachian State 87-56 at the Kohl Center. The Badgers now 3-0 on the season. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwabo. 2 men have been arrested in connection with the death of former One Direction member Liam Payne. Payne fell from the balcony of a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and an autopsy revealed multiple drugs in his system. The Hollywood Reporter says a hotel staff member and local drug dealer were taken into custody. Both men are being accused of supplying Payne with the drugs found in his system. The incident happened on October 16th. Ready for another video game turned TV show? Variety reports that Amazon is developing Mass Effect, which is based on the video game which first launched in 2007. The game was a hit from the get-go and became a series that launched 3 more games. Fast and Furious 9 writer-producer Daniel Casey is developing and will executive produce the series. I wonder if anyone owns the rights to Pong. Gladiator 2 is just a couple weeks away from hitting theaters. According to director Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix almost quit the first Gladiator. The 86-year-old director says Phoenix got cold feet and told Scott he had to leave the project. It took a gladiator-type effort from fellow castmate Russell Crowe, who told Phoenix he was being terribly unprofessional. At the end of the day, it was Scott who talked the actor into staying on the film. Gladiator 2 does not have Joaquin Phoenix or Russell Crowe, but is directed by Scott and opens November 22nd. The sixth Pirates of the Caribbean film is in development. Good Lord. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer says production on the film will start in late 2025, but the cast has not yet been assembled. Johnny Depp is a maybe, but Keira Knightley says that she will not take part unless it's the final film of the franchise. Fingers crossed. The film does not have a title yet. If you're a Star Wars fan, prepare to go into a lather. There is a new trilogy in the works from Lucasfilm. Writer-producer Simon Kinberg will write, produce, and develop the 3 new Star Wars films. It's been 5 years since we saw The Rise of Skywalker, which was the most recent Star Wars film in theaters. Since then, Lucasfilm brought us 3 shows in the Mandalorian world, including The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, and the upcoming Skeleton Crew. They also launched shows The Acolyte, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Andor. Simon Kinberg is known for his writing and producing skills for several X-Men films and 2016's Deadpool. Variety reports the new trilogy is in the early stages of development, so there are no story details just yet. There has also been no announcement on when production might start. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be a little breezy this morning, but the wind will die down by later this afternoon. Mostly sunny. We'll get to the mid to upper 40s for a high today. Tonight, it'll be clear with a low in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high in the upper 40s to near 50. Rain possible tomorrow night into Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 47.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.